Obviously, it's good to win your opener at home. Thought we had a good crowd, even though the weather was a little bit iffy for most of the game. I appreciate the fans that hung in there and did a nice job with obviously dealing with delays and that type thing, and appreciate our players for being able to overcome the events of the weather that we can't control. I thought our players did a really good job for the most part handling that. So obviously it's good to win the opener at home. That's part of our goal, is to win the opener at home and protect Jim Wacker Field. So we started off well there. I guess just a couple notes injury-wise. Coming out of the game, Jashawn Waddy had a little bit of a leg contusion that he did not finish the game, but we expect him to be available this week. Mel Davis did not play in the game. We held Ish due to an illness. Held him from the ball game. Felt like we did not need to put him in harm's way. And then hopefully we get Cam Jimerson back this week. The goal was to get Cam Jimerson back in our offensive line rotation this week. Hopefully to help shore up some spots at tackle there. So again, that's the injury update. Felt offensively, really did a great job of moving the ball. 547 yards of offense on 81 plays. Kind of what we envision it being, 6.8 yards per play. Had over 300 yards rushing on offense. Obviously 107 of that with Willie Jones doing a nice job of managing the game in our read option run game. He was 17 of 28, throwing the ball with a touchdown, no turnovers. So I thought he improved tremendously from week 1 to week 2 as far as managing the ball game. We made a big emphasis of Keenan Brown getting the ball offensively, 7 catches for over 100 yards, 108 yards and a touchdown. We threw the ball to 9 different receivers. 9 different guys had their hands on the ball. We had a trio of backs, Robert Brown, Caleb Twyford, and A.T. Taylor rushed for 196 yards. So again, I thought that was good. As many receivers and skill guys as we can get the ball in their hands, the better we're going to be. Really for the second week in a row, we've let penalties kind of stall drives. I think I counted 6 drives that were stalled. It was something, either a negative play or a penalty, that forced us to have to kick field goals. So again, we've got to take ourselves off the schedule and not slow down our drives, because we've only hurt ourselves, and in that aspect, it hadn't been our opponents. It's been mostly us that's hurt us on offense. Defensively, really the tale of two halves. Really good first half, I thought. 0 points. For the game, we only gave up 30-plus yards rushing, 36 yards rushing on 1.8-yard attempt or rush. And I thought we did a good job for the second week in a row. We've gotten a turnover for a touchdown on defense, which is something that we made a big emphasis on, turning the ball back over to our offense, but not only doing that, but scoring points on defense. And we've done that for the last 2 weeks. The 82-yard return by A.J. Krozik was a school record for fumble return for a touchdown. So we did a good job there. Did not feel like we played well in the back end in the second half. In the third quarter, we gave up 167 yards passing on 13 attempts, and in the fourth quarter, we gave up 116 yards passing on 17 attempts for 283 yards. So that's not very good in the back end. So we've got and again, a couple of those were coverages we did not communicate well, and so we've got work to do there. We only had 1 sack on the day, which is, to me, disappointing. I felt like we were close on some, but we were not very tight in our pass rush game, so we have to improve there. But I felt like the first half we really took a challenge off defensively and did some good things. Special teams wise, we just talked a little bit about the field goals. James Sherman tied a school record with 5 field goals made. He had his long of his career twice, 41 yards. Did a nice job there. I felt like we pooch punt well. We had a number of opportunities to work on that. We did last week also, just pinning people back inside their territory and hopefully winning the vertical field position. I thought we did a good job there. The negatives probably for the second week in a row, we've had 4 penalties on special teams, and a lot of this fundamentals and technique work where we're holding or whatever outside the framework of our body. So we've got to go back to work and fix some of those things. We're really close in our return game. I felt like our return game's really close, but we're off one guy here or there. We just need to continue to work on it. But I like the direction we're headed with special teams. I really do. I think we've got a number of core special teams guys that give us great effort and really work hard to make positive plays for us on special teams. Open it up.
Coach, you've already mentioned the lightning delay, and I know especially in recent times you see that more and more. It's about fan safety, player safety, everybody staying safe. And I know you have a plan. Everybody just has a plan for when that happens.
Yes.
But with the lightning delay, and then we've kept track in our booth, that third quarter, this isn't a statement about officiating or anything, but with the flags,
You sure?
with the reviews, the third quarter took an hour.
Yeah, I know.
Real time.
I know.
So do you think that had something to do with not getting into a real
I don't want to ever use other elements as an excuse. But anytime you have a lightning delay, you have to have the ability to put a plan B in effect. The one you don't have the plan B for is the stoppage of play on the field, and that's the one that as coaches we have no plan for that. I know they talk to us about getting in at halftime and getting out in 20 minutes, but I'm the one that I can't stop it. I don't have a plan for us when we have to take 5 minutes on reviewing a play. So again, it's I have no plan B for that. We have a plan B in our locker room in our protocol for lightning, but we have none for on the field issues. Well, anytime you have a tight end in your offense that can stretch the field and has to be accounted for in the passing game as well as the run game, then you have the ability to get the ball down the field to him. We really haven't had that since we've been here. So now that's a quarterback's best friend is a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. It also helps you in the run game. If that guy's got to be accounted for in the run game and the pass game, then he helps you do the things you need to do in your offense, and it's something that we've when Keenan came available to us, we felt like when we watched him on tape at Oklahoma State, we thought that he'd fit it perfectly in what we're doing, and we did not week 1 do the things we needed to do to get him the ball. We did week 2, and we need to continue to expand that.
Coach, we've talked about James Sherman, and many of us remember James got here. A lot of potential, much heralded, and he's had good moments here, and I think he'd agree he's had moments that he wished had gone better. I didn't see every kick he took in fall camp, but it seemed to me like he had his best fall camp that I can remember.
Yeah.
So what he did on Saturday, how important was that with a young quarterback, a young
No question.
to lead the
Yeah.
points?
Well, again, we kid James all the time, and we kid all our field goal kickers, PAT field goal kickers. That we want to kick PATs, we don't want to kick field goals. But when you do stall out in drives, you have to be able to get points out of those drives, and to be able to get 5 field goals kicked because of drives stall. And there was a couple of times I thought about letting him kick some longer ones. But I felt like, right around 40 to 45 yards was about where we wanted to kick it Saturday. And he was good. He did a great job of handling those situations. And obviously the points mattered to us. And he did have a great fall camp. I thought he did. I thought he had going into our third fall camp, I thought this was his best fall camp. Well, he protected the football. One of our plan to win items, number 2 on the plan to win, is protect and cherish the football. Robert did a great job with that. He earned the opportunity. Robert's gotten better since spring ball with pass protection, and the thing that I think he's gotten better with, we've all seen Robert take the ball, the distance. He's got the straight line speed that if he's a threat if he gets in the open field. Robert's issues in the past have been just, vision in the backfield. And he made a cut Saturday. We showed it to our team yesterday where he made a one cut in the backfield that was something that he had not done since he's been here, and he did it Saturday. He's done it in camp, but he had not done it in a live game. And for him to do that in a live game, and again, Robert's a tough, hard-nosed kid. He's going to get the tough yards, but for him to do some of the things he did in the run game Saturday, he warrants the ability to get the ball more. I think he's done a good job. I just had a talk with Caleb coming off the field today. I said, we're doing some things specifically for you in the offense, so we need to make good on those things. He's had 2 drops 2 weeks in a row. We've tried to get the ball to him, and we want to be able to do that more with our running backs, get the ball to our running backs in the run and the pass game, and we need to be more productive there. I know there's some carryover from Troy on their offensive staff. Other than that, I don't know much.
Coach, you just mentioned Coach Edenfield left Troy, went down to Mobile. Coach Campbell coming in from Central Arkansas. Do you go back and look at Troy stuff or Central Arkansas stuff, or you just look at their 2 games this season?
No, we go back and look at the history of the head coach's history. And then we go back and look at the OC and DC's history. So, yeah, we've gone back and looked at Central Arkansas tape. We'll go back. In fact, I just left the defensive staff room. They're looking at Troy film now. So, yeah, we'll go back and look at the history. There's not enough body of work right now in the regular season 2018 to hang your hat totally on this year.
South Alabama coming into the season like a lot of opponents for Texas State, some uncertainty at quarterback. So, between Orth, Garvin, and Johnson, what are your thoughts?
We expect all 3 of them. Not sure. They're all talented. They all have a different skill set. So we got to be ready for all 3. Again, like you said, it's a conference game. I just got asked on the Sun Belt teleconference about playing an early conference game. Having a championship game is really good to have. Playing an early conference game when you don't know much about what you're going to see because of body of work is tough, but I think it's good. We expect, your question is, what do we expect from those quarterbacks? We expect to see all 3. We need to get caught up in a hurry about their skill set.
Baker, the running back.
Good player. They've got 2 or 3 really good running backs. Their skill position is comparable to anybody in our leagues as far as talent level. Defensively, good up front. I think their secondary is really talented. I know their middle linebacker may have gotten hurt a little bit in the game Saturday, so we'll see where he is. But they, got to, the thing about South Alabama, I watched them a lot last year, just personnel-wise on tape. Just had them in crossover games last year, and thought talent-wise they were as talented as anybody in our league. And I know they were up and down and that type deal, but talent-wise, that there's not a drop-off from the top teams in our league to the wherever in our league with them talent-wise.
It's the second season where you had to play an early conference game. Do you feel that as a disadvantage, or do you wish the conference would push those games a little bit back?
Well, I don't think you can when you're having a championship game now. So the way it's set up now, you have to play these games earlier. And to me, it's a great trade-off. Having a conference championship game, I think Carl's done a good job of setting this conference up to where now it's at that level where you need a championship game with the talented teams in this league. So the offset of that is you have to play some conference games early, and that's, it is what it is.